Nothing matters.
Hi. I want to go where it all began. I know the name of the band was changed when it signed to avoid confusion with another group that had a similar name. But how did the dinner party become the chosen name at first, and why the last dinner party became the second name? Like, I also want to know the concept, but I want to know, like, how did you choose it? Where did it come from?
Yeah, band names are quite hard to come up with, I think. So, like, there's already been so many bands. So we were brainstorming in the pub smoking area after a night out, and we were imagining what kind of world we wanted to create with the band. And we were saying that it would just be like this kind of debaucherous, over the top, extravagant event with, you know, writers and musicians and people from throughout history, like as though they all came together for a big dinner party. We were trying to think of what the name could be, and then we just thought, oh, well, it would make sense just to be called the dinner party.
Yeah.
And then the last part came around because there was another group called Dinner Party, and we couldn't have just the dinner party for legal reasons. And then we thought that adding the last evoked kind of a lot more imagery, like of the Last Supper, that kind of that famous painting, and more of kind of like a big party at the end of the world, at the end of time. So I think it actually adds more meaning than takes away. We were quite sad when we had to change it originally, but I think it's better now.
Yeah, I think we've all come to prefer it actually, and a lot of people have said like, oh, it's better actually, and we're like, yeah.
Yeah, I like better too. I think it sounds more unique. So everything you do is very conceptual, like the name, and well tied. From the name, from the visuals, I heard the five of you even make mood boards, and I felt like a lot of it on how careful you are with this work, seeing that even a dress code was posted for the shows. So the Nothing Matters music video is incredibly beautiful. Do you also participate of suggestions when it comes to music videos? Like, how much are you part of it?
Very part of it. I think, I mean, like from the beginning, the visuals are really important to us, and we're all very aesthetically inclined, and we don't want to just leave our image to someone else. I think, we all have different influences and different inspirations that we want to bring forward. So I think being co-directors in the music video process is very important to us.
Very important.
I had the chance to listen to a sampler of a few songs you used to play live, like My Lady of Mercy, Feminine Urge, Caesar on TV. Very good, by the way. I love these. I wish I could teleport to this show so I could hear live as well. So can we expect all of these on the forthcoming album?
Yeah. Yeah, we can we?
A lot of the fan favorites will be featured on the album. That's coming out soon.
At some point there will be songs on it. Yeah, for sure.
I hope so, because I became a fan too, and these are some of my favorites. So I entered Twitter yesterday, which for me is like a great Google to find comments. And while searching the Last Dinner Party album, the first 3 tweets I found was from Brazilians. So can I read them for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Bella says, I think no one has any idea of the crazy things I would do to have an album from the Last Dinner Party to listen. Bruna says, if the girls from the Last Dinner Party knew how much I need an album, they would release just for pity of me. And Amy says, how could the Last Dinner Party have only 2 songs released and be such a good band? I need the album on my table right now.
Okay, we'll put it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just for them.
Just for the Brazilian audience.
We'll only let it be streamed in Brazil. That's what's gonna happen.
That's great. So I can listen to it too. So how do you feel reaching people from around the world so quickly with your music?
So surreal.
Yeah.
I think the first taste we had of that was going to Sweden. None of us have any connection to Sweden at all. We just sort of turned up to this festival. It's beautiful. Such a lovely backstage area. We were in this like 17th century hut for our dressing room, and it was full. The crowd was massive. We were like, how do all these people know who we are? And how do they know the words?
Yeah.
It's wild. But yeah, Brazil is like that's on the bucket list of places to go to.
Yeah, we
So-
really, really want to
so
go.
exciting that people
Yeah.
are already saying come to Brazil. We want to.
Yeah.
We're trying.
We will. We promise.
It's so weird, I think, because like when we started, we were so embedded in the London scene, and that was kind of just our world and what we were doing. And then it was surreal when we went to Manchester and then to Scotland, and then it was like, okay, this is weird. But then knowing that people in somewhere as far as Brazil know us and like us is just like, I don't think I'm gonna comprehend it until we're actually
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. It's so cool.
Okay, our crowd is very dedicated. I don't know if you have heard
Yeah.
anything from. Okay,
Good
so
thing.
okay, I hope to see you here soon. So back to the album subject. Starting an album, many ideas are rolling. Talking about being a debut album, clearly there's a lot of excitement. But I want to know, like, for you, what was the biggest challenge of making it, creating it?
COVID.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's before we actually made it, but
Yeah.
yeah, we got together as COVID hit. It was a very frustrating start where we'd like have a rehearsal and then 3 months we wouldn't be able to see each other, and then could have one rehearsal, and like the idea of doing a gig was always this hypothetical dream. So in that way, it took us a long time to get going. That was difficult. But I don't know about actually
Yeah. I mean,
in the studio.
yeah, being in the studio was like just a dream.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Like it was actually just really, I think because we were so prepared, because we've been playing the songs for like nearly a year at that point, and we'd been developing them together. By the time we got in, it was just really comprehensive, and James Ford, who produced the album, is like amazing to work with, and he made it so easy. And I think the actual process of being in there wasn't a struggle. Maybe album 2 will be.
I think the hardest thing has been not being able to put it all out.
Yeah.
I think it's a
Yeah.
challenge to write when you're thinking about how everyone else is going to perceive it. If you write with everyone in your head judging it, then that's when it's hard. But if you write just following your instincts or what you want to do, it's much easier. So I feel like now there's a bit more pressure, maybe.
We'll see how that
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
As artists, when you've been signed and when there's like attention, it's you have to kind of rediscover your passion for writing and why you're doing it, and block out the voices that don't matter, and kind of, you know, we've gone really off subject, but this is, you know, that's difficulties that we're going through now, working on more music. It's just keeping it between us rather than letting loads of other influences come in.
No, that's amazing. It's cool. That's what we want to know, your insight on things. With touring and songs, a faithful audience forming while waiting for the album. You have played big events like Reading and Leeds Glastonbury, which is insane. Opening for Florence and the Machine, which is fantastic. What was the favorite show of all for you? Like, there's a special memory for any of them?
Florence and the Machine for me personally, because I'm like her number one fan. Like, I worship her. I think she's like the most incredible person, and we got to meet her, and she gave us some really beautiful, good advice, and she was just like the most kind, warm, amazing person to talk to. And she had you know, similar experience to us, but 15 years ago, so she could tell us everything about what it feels like to be a young woman in the music industry, getting signed, making your debut album, everything like that. And just the whole experience was just really special for me. So yeah, that's my favorite.
For me, it's Glastonbury. Can't really beat that. I think it was because it was kind of just the perfect combination of, before it happened, we were so overwhelmed. We weren't expecting to play it. There was a lot of hype and conversation about it, a lot of pressure. Felt like a high stakes show. The show itself was just one of my favorites we've ever played. I feel like we all were just in a really good zone together. We weren't phased. We played really well. We held our own, and the response was really good. And I think that's definitely a massive highlight.
That was a big weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, within
One
2
after the
days of
other.
each other.
Yeah.
Too much excitement in one weekend.
Yeah.
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 If each one of you could define the last dinner party in one word, what would it be?
Ecstatic.
Theatre.
Sublime.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Okay.
Oh god. No.
Like something funny.
That's the one now.
Creation.
Yes.
This will become the headline of the interview.
Yeah,
I
perfect.
love it. Perfect. For a proper goodbye, we just send a message to listeners and potential listeners.
Hi,
Tagline.
we are the last dinner party. Come party with us.
No, don't write that.
We're a band who encourage passion and authenticity and being genuine to yourself, because that's the kind of audience that we would like to cultivate. So we try really hard with our outfits and our stuff, and we put 100% of ourselves into our music and our appearance. So we'd like to be a band where other people can come and listen to us and feel their own passion and authenticity to themselves too.
Yes.
Aw, nice.
That was beautifully said.
Thanks.
Take care.
See you
In
in
Brazil.
Brazil.